Hello and welcome to A Cup of Tea with Dr. Zee, where we share everyday stories with you, everyday women. Are you ready to hear heart-to-heart key issues that we all face, no matter where we are in the world? So grab your cup of tea and let's welcome your host, author, international speaker, reinvention strategist, and woman that's full of faith in God and mankind, Dr. Zena Arinze.
Hello, everyone. How are you, wherever you are around the world? This is me, Dr. Zena Arinze, and it's an absolute joy to have you in my space, or it's an absolute privilege to be in your space. I'm known as Dr. Zena Arinze, the Reinvention Queen, and you are here with me today, a cup of tea with me, Dr. Z. And what do? We basically spotlight amazing, extraordinary, everyday women all over the world who are doing extraordinary things. And I have a fantastic person to descend upon you. And that's not the right word, but a fantastic, I've got lipstick. I'm so vain. I've got lipstick. Can you see it? Audience, can you see my lipstick? I've got lipstick on my teeth. Ooh. So I've got a fantastic person to really bring on the show tonight. We're here in the UK, so that's tonight. It's just gone 7 p.m. If you're in the US Eastern, it's probably about just after 2 p.m. And if you're in Australia, Sydney, it's a different time. I don't know all my time zones. But really, it's about spotlighting amazing women. One of the reasons why I do this show is a passion project of mine. Is over many years, I've met so many people from almost every continent. And one of the things that I have found is that lots of women are not really feeling that they have the opportunity to actually share their story, share their glory. They shrink to fit. They think that they're insignificant. They could be in business. They could be housewives. I don't like that word, housewives. Homemakers. They could be entrepreneurs. They could be 9-to-5ers. They could be students. And the world over, imposter syndrome or the cares of life sometimes makes women feel that they are, how will I say, they are bound. They feel that they need to hide themselves. And so I do this show because I know there are so many people who maybe they're not celebrities, they're not the Oprahs or the Viola Davis. I absolutely adore Viola Davis or Michelle Obama. They're not, and they feel they don't have a platform. So this platform is to make as many women as possible know that they can come on this show, but also for you at home, wherever you are around the world, to know that you have a purpose, you have a reason, you are enough. And your story, no matter how small you might feel that you are, is big enough for someone else to hear it. Your story is big enough for it to be shared on any single platform around the world. Your story is someone else's glory. I say that all the time. So I am so passionate about this. I've been doing this for almost a year. The 8th of December will make it a year. So we're doing really well. And I'm hoping, be careful, you're watching right now, I could be coming to a place near you, or I could be coming to your home to spotlight the everyday things that you are doing that are extraordinary to someone else. Now, my next guest, let me tell you a little bit about my next guest. Now, some of you might know that my background, my grandparents are Nigerian, or were Nigerian. They're dead now, so I'm an orphan, like Oliver Twist. And I should really, I have never, my background's Nigerian. I haven't actually interviewed anyone that lives in Nigeria yet. So my next guest lives in Nigeria, in Abuja. And she is a phenomenal woman, phenomenal, even if I say so myself. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about her and you will understand why I've said it. Now, her name is Folake, and I better pronounce it properly because I am Nigerian. I won't do the English. Folake. Her name is Folake. I can see her laughing in the green room. Her name is Folake, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. She's absolutely phenomenal. She really is. Now, her surname is, and I'm probably going to pronounce it wrongly, Ighodaro, and she's a digital marketing strategist. She's a certified integrated business coach, and I'm going to ask her what that means because you'll be wondering, what does that mean? She's also the head of PR and branding and social media for the Life Coaches Association of Nigeria. So she's big. but she's an everyday woman. She's also successfully onboarded and trained over 2,000 CEO VIP community members to help them to develop strategies and tactics for holistic, innovative business solutions. Her current mission is to build a large network of industry leaders capable of improving the trajectory of the Nigerian or the African continent. But for me, what I find really, really amazing about her is that she's a mother, she's a dancer, and she's a yoga practitioner. When I saw that, I'm like, wow, me being stereotypical British, I never knew that they did yoga in Nigeria. So when I saw that, I'm like, wow, 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 wow. That's extraordinary, so that really blew my mind. And she has committed herself. She can see she's just laughing at me. She's like, Dr. Z, what kind of person are you? But she has committed herself to a life of continuous learning because she believes you create your reality. So without further ado, I'm going to bring this amazing, phenomenal woman from the green room, and she's going to say, why did you say all those things? Right. And for those of you that are wondering, yes, I'm still looking at my teeth because I can see lipstick on my teeth. But years ago, when I used to coach people on stage, when I used to teach people, I used to say, look, you talk about the green thing, you talk about the elephant in the room. So if, for instance, you're a speaker and you spit, I don't spit, thank God. And people are wondering why there are about 3 or 4 rows of empty seats and people are not allowed to sit there. You just say, look, I'm a spitter. So that's why, but I'm not a spitter. But I've got lipstick on my teeth and I can't take it off because I'm live. But that's fine. So that's the elephant in the room. So if you keep seeing me staring at this is why. And if you're in the comments, please put where you're dialing in from, where you're watching from. If you can see the lipstick, you can also send me a message and say, yes, the lipstick's still there. That's all great. Folake, thank you so much.
It's the energy for me. The energy is the energy. Thank you so much for having me.
No, you're welcome. Lovely to be here. People already know. Oh, blessings. Oh, look at that. Lovely to see you, blessings. Thank you so much for dialing in. Where are you watching from? Right, while people are doing that, I know there are people on YouTube, people on LinkedIn, people on Instagram, Facebook, probably not anymore because my Facebook got hacked on the 29th of June. I'm still livid about that. But wherever you're dialing in from, or if you get to watch this on the replay when it gets uploaded onto Spotify, where you're in for an amazing treat. Oh, hello, Dorothy from Orpington, England. Okay, they're coming in. Lovely. Thank you so much. Right, Folake, you said energy. Do you want a cup of tea? You got your cup. I made some chamomile today, Sainsbury's own today, because I thought I need a bit of calming down.
Can you calm down? Can you really calm down? You sure you can calm
down? Right, let me pour you some. Right. Yeah.
And I have pink nails to match you. Okay.
Oh, you do? Oh, I like it when people do this all for me. Thank you so much. Lovely. So let's get straight into it. You're very passionate about sisters. When I first met you, that was one of the first things I said, oh my days, this lady is so organized, so precept upon precept. There's a Bible, obviously it's not a biblical show, but there's a biblical scripture that talks about things being done decently and in order and having things done precept upon precept. And that is you. So tell me, when did you know that you were such an orderly, systematic kind of person?
It's very interesting you say that. I still think I could be even more structured. I feel like I need to be even more orderly, but with the order that I have now, so I get anxious a lot. And when there's things to do, I feel like if I don't get ahead of it, then it's not going to be the way it's meant to be. So I have to organize everything. I have to plan everything. And then, you talk about God saying precept upon precept. I learned the creation story that God had everything in order and then he planted man. So imagine if he said, let there be light, and then he put man there, and then man was just floating in space, and then you now do the vegetation after. No, there was an order, there was a plan. So if I am exercising my God powers, it means that whatever objective or whatever goal I have to plan it from the beginning and make sure that I have the steps so that, like God, I am seeing the end from the beginning. And so when I'm doing the plan, I already did it on paper. So when I'm actually executing it, it's not my first time, it's my second time. So there's ease and there's relaxation. I'm really embracing ease and relaxation. I like to do things in a very simple, easy, straightforward. There's no point complicating life. So when you have structures and systems, you just make things so easy for yourself. I don't believe, you have to till the ground, hard work, you have to go crazy before you achieve something. No, you can actually plan for things to work out well. It doesn't mean the plan is going to go exactly according to plan, but it gives you something to measure. It gives you something to look back to analyze and say, okay, how well did I perform? How bad did I do? How can I make adjustments so that my next step, my next cycle, my next season will be even better? So it's just to make me calm and relax. So that's
I like that. I like that. You just remind me so much of my mom. I subscribe to what you've said 100%. Do I actually always implement it? Well, you know the answer to that. No, I don't. So that's the kind of person I'm, a kind of energetic person. But my mom, bless her heart, when she was alive, all she kept on saying to me throughout my life is that, for instance, if you're working, if work starts at 8 o'clock, my mother would say that you should get to work at, in fact, 7 o'clock is too late. You need to be at work at 6 o'clock. And I'm like, why? You should be getting to work at 8 o'clock or 8:15, just over. Said, no, if you get to work at 6 o'clock, you have enough time to have a cup of tea. You have enough time to relax. If you're driving, if there's going to be an accident, if you're taking a train and someone's going to jump in front of the train, God forbid, but all the kind of things that could happen, or you have children and a child falls ill or falls down the stairs, or something happens, or you pop the button of your blouse, whatever it is that's going to happen, because life happens, you have enough time to deal with it and less time to be anxious. And she was 100% similar to you in that she would do things very, very methodically. She would start on time. If something was starting at 9 o'clock, even my mom would be there at 7 o'clock. And she'll say, and if I tell her I'm going somewhere, I'm going for it, she said, well, why haven't you left? I said, oh, mom, it starts at 9 o'clock. She said, yeah, but you need to be there at 8. I said, yeah, but I'm not the organizer. No, you need to have enough time to relax. So I hear you. It helps you to be calm. And talking about being calm, just as you said that, I think if you're listening right now, it's really important for you to recognize your triggers. So not everyone is going to be energetic or calm. We all know our triggers. Whatever your triggers are, you need to put the right things in place, the right methodology, systems, practices, policies, rituals, whatever it is, put that in place to help you. And this is, when you were talking about that reminded me that you've already recognized who you are, you've recognized the triggers that you have, and you've been able to put things in place that suit you. And it would be really amazing if people around the world do that. We're not all the same, but you recognize, because sometimes we do things and when it doesn't work out, you don't take accountability, or you don't take stock. Like you rightly said, you do lessons learned. Okay, I wanted to do this, it didn't work. What could I do differently or better? So with that, the next question is, on this journey, I'm going to talk about, there's something that you talk about a lot and I really love it. It's called the boss money formula. And it's too early in the day to talk about it, but I want to touch on it quickly because I know it's all about, it embodies you but it helps people know that they need order. So talk a little bit about that, and we'll probably come back to it later on.
Okay, so Boss Money Formula. I posted a video yesterday where I was talking about, the chapter 3 of the workbook where I explained the Boss Money Formula. So 7 years ago, thereabouts, when I started doing business, I have a legal background. And business was nowhere on the horizon. If someone told me you're going to go into business, I'd be like, what? Who? Me? How? When? What are you talking about? But I got introduced to a multi-level marketing company, and it sounded like a very interesting opportunity. And there's a lot of self-development in multi-level marketing, but I didn't have that at that time until I went for a seminar, and it was my first ever seminar. I didn't know seminars were a thing. And so I got there and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Like, why don't I know this? I was in shock. I was angry. I was excited. It was a lot of emotions, but I was just really, really pumped. And then I started reading the books, Think and Grow Rich, Positive Thinking, and Rich Dad Poor Dad, all of those books.
Kiyosaki and all that, yes.
And it was exciting, but at the same time, it was a lot of things, and I got deep into reading my Bible as well, because I learned about the concordance for the first time as well. It was just a lot of firsts for me. And I discovered my mind for the first time, and I discovered how loud my mind was. It was like 1,000 different thoughts in different timelines simultaneously. And I'm like, why are you so loud? Shush. So I had to find a way, because it was just a lot of information and it was driving me crazy. I had to find a way to make it make sense. I had to find a way to put it in a system so that I'm able to apply it, because there were just too many things just scattered, and I'm like, I can't do anything with this. And then a way I learn is to teach. So when I learn something, I want to explain it to somebody or something. When I was younger, I used to teach the flowers in our compound, because that's the way I would remember things. So one day, I don't remember the exact date, but it was just a progression of moments. And I thought, okay, what are the key elements of building myself and building a business? I know that the mind is where everything happens, the thought happens first.
Yes.
So, okay, the mind has to come first. And then I need people, because it's the people that will give me the money, it's the people that will partner with me. Okay, so people. And then how do I make all of this in a way that there was one thing I was very particular about with the multi-level marketing. So they talk about prospecting, or you can prospect in the shops, you can prospect in the malls. And I'm like, how many people am I supposed to talk to in a day? The thought of it was already making me tired. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's exhausting. I should be able to reach a lot of people in a short period of time. There should be an easier way to do this. That was how I discovered digital marketing, because I refused to go out every day talking to, 20 people in a day? I'm tired. I'm tired already. So that's how I discovered digital marketing. I just Googled how can I prospect and reach more people without going out or too much stress, and digital marketing just opened up. I'm like, wow, this is another new world for me. So that's more information. So digital marketing became the system. Okay, so I can create something online where I can reach the people I need to reach from the comfort of anywhere, really. And I can sell my product or service and get paid. And that's the system. So I was like, okay, what do we call this? I'm having a conversation with my husband. Oh, we need a really catchy name. We need something that has money in it. We need something that has, and then we decided mixing and matching names. I remember it was the evening. He was sitting at his desk, and I was writing different names down. And then I think it was a sermon with TD Jakes where he was explaining who a boss is, I think. So I'm like, what about boss money? And then he goes, boss money. I'm like, yeah, boss money. Because it's the individual that's the engine, the vehicle,
Yes.
driving the system
Yes.
to
Yes.
that's generating the money. So it's
Yes.
not just any money, because people make money anyhow, but we're talking about
Yes.
generational wealth. So it's not just money
Mm.
anyhow, it's
Mm.
boss money, because we're
Yes.
creating generational wealth and we're operating from a place of spirit. So boss is an acronym for boundaries, order, structure, and spirit. That
Great.
embodies the human being and the mind. And then the money is now the people, the trade, the commerce, and the system to make that happen and to scale that. So that's how I
I
feel.
love it. I love it. I love it. When I saw the acronym, I said, I love it, love it, love it. Especially, and there's so many things you've touched on here for like this is, and I like the fact that you're thinking about a catchy name. You know, if you're listening to this right now, or you're listening to, on the replay, and perhaps you're in business or you're thinking about going into business, you know, it all starts with the name. You need to get people through the door. So what is that catchy name? Something that will elicit curiosity for people to click on it. What is this? What is this? You know, there's a lovely lady. We are all in a Saturday group that we do, a mentorship group that we do on Saturdays, and her acronym for her business had KISS, and we're very good friends now. We do things together, and so here I was supposed to be concentrating on what we were talking about, and I was in the chat looking at different. I'm like, oh, I wonder what she does. KISS. Oh, probably some sort of internet dating. All right, let me just click on the link. And I clicked on the link, and it was something completely different. You know, it's about helping lonely, lonely women, you know, and stuff. But it was an acronym for something. So this is a good thing for if you're listening. Do something that will attract or elicit curiosity. And that doesn't just mean in business. It could be if you're writing a book. It could even if you're trying to teach your children something, or you're trying to get your children to eat something. For instance, kids that don't like vegetables, you make it interesting. You make it something that will elicit, curiosity. You make it red and yellow, like, oh, what's this? Ugh, but you keep stuffing, and then eventually they love it. So it's always about making it attractive. But the second thing you talked about, when you talked about the B, I love that. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. People really, really underestimate the meaning and the capacity of not being boundaried, what it can do to you, whether it's in your church, whether it's in your home, with your husband, your wife, your children, in business, with your friends. Boundaries, it keeps the right people in and keeps the wrong people out. Keep the wrong people out. But not just in terms of that, but even for yourself, you need to be boundary. You need to be able to say no at the right time and say yes at the right time, and don't feel any certain way about it. And as you were speaking, it reminded me of how, if you're a people pleaser, most of us are. I am. I'm a recovering people pleaser. That's what I like. In fact, a very good friend of mine, one of my fellow coaches in the power, I'm going to shout out Althea Blake, the power of 13-3, or the power of 3 and 30, something that we do on Wednesdays. And we always call ourselves recovering people pleasers. When you're a recovering people pleaser, or if you're a people pleaser, you are not as boundaried as you need to be. You find it difficult to say no. You don't want to offend, so you'd rather put yourself to the back burner to please someone else. But when you are a boss, thank you so much. But like, I take it from me, take over. When you are a boss, when you're boundaried and you have order and you have structure and you have your spirit, things begin to fall into place. And it's not always about business, but your life. If you use, can we give people, can we tell them to borrow it? to borrow that
Yes,
to
yes, yes,
manage their
yes,
life.
yes,
Please, if
yes,
you
very
should
important.
buy that. You should. But she's got a lovely ebook that will really help you set up your launches. But just for your life generally, whether you're in business or not, and I've basically put her on the spot around the whole world and said, take her boss, but take it, use it, and manage your life.
Yeah,
Whether you're energetic like me or whether you're order, everyone needs more order, everyone needs more structure, everyone needs to work with their spirit. For me, I would say the Holy Spirit, but whatever it is that you believe in around the world, work with that, be boundaried, be ordered, have structure, and have spirit. Back to you, back to you, back to you. I'm going to keep quiet right now because I'm so excited. All right, so
boundaries.
hmm,
I have this image of, you're a queen sitting on your throne in the throne room, and you have your empire, you're in your palace, you have your palace guards, and then you have your subjects on the outside, and then you have neighboring communities outside your dominion. So really, you can't just let anybody into your city gates just like that. And if you watched any movie or show where there's the kings, and you can't just appear in the throne room and just walk in. There's a protocol. There
that's
is
right,
an order of things.
that's
And it's not just
right.
anybody that comes in, even if you write a letter. If you watch Bridgerton, the Queen's friends don't even just
She's
go
a
in.
Bridgerton fan. Did you hear that? She's a Bridgerton fan.
You know,
So I'm Queen
you have
Charlotte.
to
Sorry.
you have to write a letter and request to come to the presence of the queen. So when you remember that you're a queen and you're seated on your throne with your crown on your head, you know that it's a seat of power. So always stay in your seat of power and decree and command from there. And the world will move according to your word. So that is a powerful visual to just always remember to sit on your throne and there. So yeah,
I
that's
like
when you sit in the boss.
I like that. It's just like we live. You don't leave your door open. You don't go to bed and leave your door open. We say typically because we don't want thieves and armed robbers and burglars to come in. But even that creepy crawlies, snakes,
Yeah,
animals of all sorts can come in. And apart from that, uninvited guests.
yeah,
Uh, one of the things, and I'm going to say that all my Nigerian family and friends are going to laugh at me, but one of the advantages about of living in the UK or anywhere around the world that's in the Western world is people have to people don't just turn up. People don't just turn up. I mean, I remember growing up and after church, coming home from church with my parents, especially my mum, we on a Saturday we would cook. So this was long before cost of living crisis. We would cook so much food, and all of us would be in the kitchen, and you can see all of my face would be really long. I'm thinking, why am I doing here? The maids, all of us will be in the kitchen together. I'm thinking, I don't need to be here. And when we hear, say, oh, you need to learn how to cook. I don't want to, what are we cooking for? Oh, because of visitors tomorrow. Who are these visitors? I don't know, but anyone could turn up, and so you cook for anyone that will turn up. And you would nowadays they don't do it as much, but you would think that food would be wasted, but lo and behold, on a Sunday after church, tons of people would turn up. I had an uncle, my mom's half brother, no, half cousin. He was late, long time ago, and he had loads and loads of children. So he was never at home. He was on a Sunday. He was always looking for where he was going to go. And had this. I remember we had just come back from England to Nigeria, and so it was really quite strange to us. And he had this big pickup truck, and all the kids would just
wow.
load in the back. And after church, he would just drive past. He'd say, "Hi, is my sister at home?" And we want to say no. And my mom would just, "Yes, we are." And they'll come in and they'll eat. So that was the thing. But when you're boundaried, that doesn't happen. I mean, I use that as an example because people can laugh about it. And I know it's not just in Nigeria. It's in the Caribbean. It's in India. We value family and
Yeah,
connection. You know,
community.
boundaries is where you ensure that you can say no.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring out your food and eat and not offer. I can't do that. I haven't gotten to that stage, uh, but it's also about not just wanting other people to be ordered, but ensuring that you are ordered in how you present yourself and how you do things. Not we talk about integrity and all that and authenticity, and that's all fantastic, but it starts with being ordered and having a structure around it. It could be baby steps. You might be all over the place and it's still baby steps, but you put systems in place. And I'm going to ask you this question about systems, because I know this is something that you're really, really big at. So I'm going to ask you, what kind of mindset shifts do you think are required for people, anyone, for women in particularly, to embrace systems and automation?
Okay. Um, I'll ask a question to answer that, and that is, how bad do you want your goal? You know, how bad do you want it? And who do you need to become to get that goal? So I had to learn new new systems, new way of thinking, new mindsets. And throughout the journey of me becoming this person, I had to figure out, okay, I don't know anything about digital marketing. I have to learn it, right? How do I shorten my learning journey
Mm,
in a way that I get all the steps and all the lessons, but in a shorter period of time, right? Because I really, 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 really wanted the goal, the business, the success. That was what was driving the decision. So I had that vision of CEO VIP, being this multinational company, helping people and teaching them, you create your reality. And if you have value in you, you can share that with the world. So in doing that, I realized, okay, I have to become a new person. And to become a new person, I take this giant goal and take baby steps. So it's not like, women don't know that, oh, you have this goal and you need to achieve this goal. It's not like they don't know that, you need automation, you need AI. They know all these things. It's just the approach to it. You feel like you need to do the giant thing today.
mm, mm,
You
mm,
cannot do the giant thing
mm.
today. You can do a tiny bit of the giant thing today. And when you look at laws are guiding everything, right? So when you understand the principle behind the action you want to take, it makes taking the action easier. I can
Yes,
say,
yes.
oh, here is the latest iPhone, and let's say you've been using a Nokia 3310. Even if I tell you all the amazing things you can do with the iPhone, if I don't teach you how it works, you just
Yes,
keep holding it and
yeah,
not use it. So
yes,
when
yes.
you have a goal and you want to achieve it, yes, you know all the things you need to do, but how does it work? And it's understanding that in the small thing, in the small step, that small step is a part of the big step. So don't think that your small step is insignificant or it doesn't count until you do list for the day and you have 20 items on your to-do list for today. You are only one individual. Even if you have a team, you can't bombard them
I'm
with
gonna
a
run away.
one
Yeah.
thing. So it comes from a place of, honoring yourself and
Mm,
honoring your process. So after you understand and you have a pool with your goal and your vision,
mm,
then how do you honor yourself enough in your process where you give the right significance and recognition to your small daily steps? Like your small daily steps are actually big steps, but to a smaller degree,
Absolutely.
you know. So it's
Absolutely.
like saying, okay, God created us, so we are lesser beings. No, it's the same power that created the universe. And it's the same power that's inside of us.
Yep.
It's the same thing. It's just the
Yep.
degree to which you use it, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yes.
so when you understand these laws, and I have in my workbook, I explained the seven universal laws. I read that book about the seven universal laws, and when you listen to Bruce Lipton, and when you listen to Greg Braden, when you read Think and Grow Rich, when you listen to Bob Proctor, Tony
Yep.
Robbins about it as well, Dean Graziosi, they're all saying the same thing, right? So the more you understand the law of correspondence and the law of vibration, then you know that, okay, your daily, for example, you want to launch your online course or your masterclass or your signature program, whatever it is that you want to launch. So there are multiple tiny steps before launch date. There
Yes.
is you having your plan for your content. There
Yep.
is you having your plan for your partners. There is
Yep.
you having your plan for the designs, who
Yep.
you're going to work with. Like there's
Yep.
1,001 tiny steps, and every day you take one step. Before I launched
Yep.
Funny Formula, I launched it this year, but I started planning it last
Yep.
year November, right?
Yep.
I had a whole, plan of all the activities. I broke them down into different seasons and different cycles and phases. Then
Yep.
under each cycle and phase, I had the different steps. Then under each step, I had micro steps
Yeah.
so that I focus on the micro steps and not get overwhelmed
That's
by
right. That's right.
giant steps.
Yes, that's right.
The very first time, which is 2 years ago, I did this planning. I had a panic attack. That was the last time I had a panic attack. And I had a panic attack because I was looking at the whole thing and I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do all this? And before you know it, I had a full on session. So, I had to be like, calm down. Have you done this before? Yes. Can you easily take one step at a time? Yes.
Yes.
So I had to start being logical and
Ye-
reasonable. I
Yes.
noticed also that we confuse, especially Christians, because they try to do positive thinking. God can do it. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. You now feel like you are Superman and you want to lift a giant rock because, have faith of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. Well, the biology of it is that your body has a certain experience and a program. If you have not installed Snapchat on your phone, there's no way you're going to click on Snapchat and
And
it's
it will
going to
not work.
happen.
Absolutely.
Have to
Absolutely.
first download the app, sign up for the app, then figure out, oh, Snapchat works differently from Instagram. Okay, let me figure out how this works. I
Yes.
remember when I started using TikTok, I was so confused. Like, what is this? Where is there a feed? Where is the profile? What is happening? It was so confusing. But I kept going on it and going on it, and I started using it. I was like, oh, okay, so this
Oh,
is how it works.
yes.
The
Yes.
same way when you have a goal and you've not done it before, you have to first install the program in your body through repetition. That's the law of
Yes.
vibration
Yes.
coming in. The repetition
Yes.
over and over again, and just
Over and
honor
over
yourself.
again.
So I
Yes.
like
Yes.
to reward myself. You know, I reward myself with very, very small, silly things. Either I get to get ice cream, or I buy suya, or I have a dance party, or myself and Nima have some mommy daughter time and we color and do some artwork, and I say, oh, Falake, you've done really, really well. And there's so much joy and energy. So what it is we need energy to do things. It's not like
Yes.
don't know
Yes.
what to
Yes.
do, but the energy. So
Yes.
the energy
Yes.
to do more
Yes.
comes from achieving something. Once you achieve something, it gives you a boost and your
Yes. Yes.
body is alive.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so that aliveness, you use it to power the next tiny step. And then
Yes.
it's, a compound effect of all of
Yes.
that releasing of energy. And before you know it, in one day, you're able to do 20 videos and
Yes.
they breathe. I remember
Yes.
when I started doing videos, Dr. Z, it took me 5 hours to do 2 videos. I started, I started, I'll say something like, hey, Folake, what are you saying? I'm saying rubbish. You're saying rubbish. Then I look at my notes again. Okay, it was horrible. But, when I got the first video, I was like, finally. And then I stood up to do the next one. And the next one, I did it in like 20 minutes. So, when I got the challenge, okay, I had to do videos, and then I had a coach I was working with then, and she said, how about you do 9? I'm like,
Mm.
what? 9? I've only done max 4. You're asking me to do 9, 9, 9. So I remember I like to remind myself that Jesus said, have the mind of children. And now that
Yes.
I'm a
Right.
mom, when I look at Nima and how she just does things, and she's just
Yes.
excited, and she's
Yes.
singing, she
Yes.
sings to
Yes.
remind herself.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
like, we already do these things. We already know how to teach ourselves to do what we want. It's just the thoughts are in your head and they're telling you,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
baby.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
like, you
Yes.
know what? 9 videos. I'm not going to stress about lighting, microphone, my outfit. I'm going to focus on I'm producing 9 videos. So 9 videos it is. I did the videos in different parts of the house, in the car, and I was laughing at how I was like, oh my god, this is so ridiculous. But I was doing it. And the childlike approach to it made it fun. So I like to find fun ways to make my work and taking steps easy. So whatever it is that is fun for you, find the fun in the small
That's
steps.
right.
Make
Absolutely.
Yeah, that fun
Absolutely.
is also the key to the energy. Once
It
you have
does.
that
Yes.
fun, you have the energy, you light up, and then you can easily reward yourself and feel proud of
Absolutely.
yourself and just
Absolutely.
be happy about your good work. So when I do videos like that, I'm just like, I literally clap for myself. I'm like, yay!
You know, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I remember I was like that as well. I mean, I just did. I used to do. In fact, if my one of my well, she's my niece, my niece. She's 26, same age as my daughter. She's 26. I remember when she was like about 10, she would hold. They would always hold different big A3 papers with my script. You know,
Yes,
she
I
just
did that
you know,
too.
and then we will record it. This is going back some years now. This might be like about 2010 or something. And then we record it, and then when we're looking at it, there's like, oh, auntie, your eyes are looking over here. Your eyes are looking shift. And now I don't script anything now. Hence, I don't even script the show. Because I
Yeah.
find out that you need to speak from within you. You need to record from within you. I just take my phone and I'm like, hi, I'm Dr. Zena, and I just talk. And the thing is that people actually buy people. We were talking about this in the green room. People buy people buy into people. When everything is, it's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good to have, if you want to do something, really, you're doing some big production, that's okay. But if you're doing something, for your TikTok or for your YouTube, just do it. For those of you that are thinking, I don't know who this is for, you might be thinking, oh, I really want to set up a YouTube channel. Oh, I'd really love to go onto Instagram. Oh, I'd really love to do something on TikTok or whatever. Just do it. No one's going to come to your house and tell you that you're rubbish. The highest that's going to happen is some silly person's going to write something funny or rude in the comments. Then you can just block the person. That doesn't stop you from being who you are, as long as you're not being inappropriate. So, life is in the silly things. And it's so funny because you've actually answered the question that I was going to ask in terms of the challenges that women often face when they're trying to set up these systems. You've talked about it's looking so vast, it's looking so scary. AI, oh my days, what's AI? what's what's machine, human machines, what's all these things, and people get really really scared. What's data analytics, what's what there's so many things, so many what's, and so you don't know where to start. Digital market, what does that mean? And so you get people really, how do I set up my account? People get so scared of the big thing, so you feel so crippled, you do nothing. But you've already talked about, do little things and pat yourself on the back. Look for what makes you happy. It could be ice cream, it could be going shopping, it could be maybe getting your husband's card and running up his card. I didn't tell you that, for those of you that are married, whatever it is that you can use. It could be spending time with your children, your friends, going to the cinema, whatever it is, going for a walk. For those of you that are really into going to the gym, it could be going to the gym, whatever it is. For those of you that are like yoga, no names mentioned, whatever it is, it really helps to take baby steps. Don't eat the massive elephant because your mouth is not big enough. Just take a little bit. You can take off the toes. I'm not telling you to eat elephants. I don't know why I'm using elephants. Eat the toes. Just little by little. I want to ask you, because I know you work with clients all over the world, and a question I want to ask is, I know that you have so many people that have these challenges. Can you share a success story? It could be a male or a female, of a client who transformed their business using your boss money formula, and how did they feel afterwards?
Okay, so this was also my most challenging campaign, right? And so he had always wanted to do a meditation challenge.
Wow.
But how do you do a meditation challenge? Because number one, a lot of people are not sure about meditation. Some people think it's Hinduism.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And then, okay, you also want to do live meditation. So people will have to wake up at 5 a.m. And then the challenge is for 70 days. so it's a 70-day,
Wow.
And then people also need to buy the meditation audios and listen to it, right? And then people also need support. The community will need support because, okay, those who are not able to wake up at 5 a.m., some people are not really, they don't really buy things online. So now you're asking them to buy a meditation audio on, it was just a lot of things. And he's been wanting to do this for over 10 years.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So he said to me, if I can do a meditation challenge, here's what I want to do. I was like, okay, what do we do? So the audios were ready. It's like, okay, we need to find a way to make the process of getting the meditation audios coming into the community to get information of how it's going to work so that people are informed every step of the way and they feel safe. Like, okay,
yes,
I've never done this before because it's new. You're meditating and then you're meditating for 70 days live, 5 a.m. What? Then we had to figure out.
In the morning with Pastor Jerry, and that's even an effort to make sure I wake up at 7.
We had to figure out how to play the meditation audios live at 5 a.m., get the tech team to organize that and make sure that, everybody's listening in at the same time without people's audios interrupting the audio.
Yes.
So it was just a lot. But, I figured, okay, here's what we'll do. Let's create packages. We also have to consider some people who already had the audios previously and then they're coming into the challenge. Are they supposed to buy the audios again? No. So how
Mm.
do we make sure that we're capturing everybody, right? And people are seeing the process clearly from the beginning.
Mm.
Not that midway through the journey, you're introducing new stuff and then
Yes.
you're causing confusion. I was very particular about having clarity and people understanding what they were signing up for from the beginning.
Mm.
So the page had the steps, how it's going to work, the benefits of meditation, and what you're going to get when you get into the community on we had a WhatsApp community, and how, reassuring people that okay, you're going to get prompts and
Mm.
you have time. Whatever happens during the meditation, don't you worry about it. After the meditation, you can share your testimonies and share your experience. We have to also make sure to remind people that it's a safe space. You can be vulnerable, you can open up, and what happens in the meditation room stays in the meditation room. And we're able to organize that and set that up in a way that people were able to buy the meditation audios. They were onboarded into the WhatsApp group. They were getting messages, every week and every day in the group, and they were showing up. And we kept reminding them, okay, here's how it's going to work. Here's how it's going to work. Every single day, we had templates of communication to make sure that, we keep reminding them, this is
Right.
how it works. This is how it works. This is what you're getting. It's a safe space. This is how it
Right.
works. I work with a team of a tech team and a comms team, and it was so beautiful. It was a very tough challenge, but it worked out. And the testimonies from the first day of just people's experiences, how they were getting visions, how their bodies were reacting. A lot of people had healings as well, and people were able to accomplish goals that they've set for a long time, and it's finally happening. And the seventh day ended, and I was
70.
like, wow, we did it. And guess what? He's like, okay, let's do it
Please do it
again.
again. I knew that was, I just knew that was going to be, you're like, oh, I thought I've just finished with this client. I can go on to another one. Okay, let's do it again. But I said I guess the good thing, or the good thing is that because you've done it and you've got the templates now, so
Yeah,
you know,
it
it's
was an
like
easy
a
run.
cookie, like a cookie cutter,
Yeah,
like yeah.
yeah,
Wow. I just knew. I said, all right, let's do it again. Because I know if it were me, I would say, let's do it again. I
yeah,
get that.
yeah. He was so
That,
eager
that
to do
that
it
is
again.
really,
I
really
was
cool. That
happy.
is
I was
cool.
very happy.
That is cool. If like I like to say, this is, a cup of tea obviously is about everyday women, and you are an everyday woman, and we've had so much fun. It's almost, wow, I can't imagine the time. And so before we just close out, I want to ask you, how do you, when you talk about being an everyday woman, what does that mean to you?
Every woman. We all face the same challenges, just to different degrees. You know, you might look at someone's, how people say rich people's problems, but the rich people's problems, when you break it down, it's the same problem you're having.
Yeah.
We're all having the same family. Am I still there?
Yes, you
Okay,
are. I can still see you. Yeah.
okay. Family, um, work, children, just we're all experiencing the same thing.
Yes.
So, being an everyday woman means that you and I are one and the same. We're just living life very differently based on our beliefs, our backgrounds. But when you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, as Abraham would say, then that's how we connect. So when you share
Yeah.
your problem or when you share your joys,
Yes.
there's a part of that I have also experienced in a different way that I can relate to, and that makes us one and the same. And so we, in our everyday lives, we're all living the same life differently, you know. So sometimes when I hear people, I went for an event. It was a women's event, I don't go for a lot of women's events, but when I get the opportunity, I go for it. And I hear people's stories, health stories, family stories. And I'm like, wow, people are going through a lot and people are
Yes,
overcoming
a
a lot.
lot. That's true. I like that. I like
So,
how you put that. Yes.
yeah. So, yesterday I was feeling quite down and it was like a really mental struggle. But then I kept, that's the thing I also about programs. When you've repeated a certain positive program enough times, it becomes your operating system. So that when
Yes.
challenges come, the challenges will be happening in front of you, but the program is reminding you you are strong, you are powerful, you're able, you
Yes.
can do this, press
Yes.
on, relax.
Yes.
Tomorrow you can
Yes.
try again. So
Yes.
as my outside was, a stormy weather, I could hear the program at the back of my mind telling me, it's okay, you're all right, just relax, try and sleep, relax I watched a video saying, relax your scalp, relax your scalp. So I was like, I need to relax my head. And I just remember all those women and their stories. If they could do it, then I can do it too. So all of us together, we're everyday women, just living life the best that we can and finding ways to support each other and recognizing ourselves in each other,
Yes.
so we
I,
can grow together. So
I
that's
love
what.
that. I love that. For like that is so beautiful. Recognizing ourselves in each other. It doesn't matter how old, how young, it doesn't matter how established, how unestablished, whatever it is, yardsticks are different. So you might be listening and say, oh, I'm not as successful as Dr. Z, but you don't know, we have different yardsticks. I might see you and I might be thinking, I wish I could be like you. We always keep wishing to be like someone else. It's
Mm-hmm.
always, the grass is always seems to be greener somewhere else, but it's not. We're all the same. As for like I said, we have the same problems. And I just love that last thing you said about being able to recognize a part of ourselves in someone else. So I'm hoping, guys, those of you that are listening live right now, those of you that are going to listen on the replay on YouTube, those that are going to listen in the future and listen to the audio on Spotify, wherever, remember, if you take anything away, if you want to set up systems, do it little by little. Remember, you're a boss. Be boundaried, be ordered, have structure, and live with your spirit. Yes, I got it. And but more importantly, give yourself grace and
Yeah,
recognize yourself in other people, and vice versa. It's not always going to be perfect. It's never perfect, actually. It's
yeah,
never perfect.
yeah.
And we just need to kind of own that. I'm going to give you one final question. What advice would you give to aspiring female entrepreneurs who are hesitant about, I know you've touched on, about touching on or embracing technology and automation in their business? Just one final kind of thought about that.
Okay. So the word that comes to mind as you see that is growth, right? The tree grows. It doesn't need permission to grow. It just grows. So evolution is always happening and things are always getting better. AI, technology, the clothes we're wearing right now, the fact that we can do this right now, you're over there in London, I'm here in Abuja, is technology, it's growth. So any form
Absolutely.
of any
Love
form of technology is just to help you do things better, faster, easier. That's all. Better, faster, easier. So
that.
if you want better, faster, easier, just hug it and receive it with your full chest. Better, faster, easier. Technology
And she's even saying it fast as well. Better, faster, easier. Better, faster, easier. Better, faster, easier.
imagine if I had to go to London and I have to hop on my camel or my donkey. No, no, no. You
Yeah.
know, we
Yeah.
have. I saw somewhere that there's a new jet that can do. I think it's Hong Kong to London, or is it Dubai to London, or somewhere in 1 hour.
In 1 hour.
So
Can you imagine?
better, faster, easier. That's just it.
Better,
So if you
faster,
want things to be
easier.
faster, better, and easier for
Faster,
you,
easier.
just
Better.
embrace. That's what it is, you know. And also to do that, to embrace better, faster, easier means you must know yourself. You know, because better, faster, easier looks different for me. It looks different
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
So you have to know your inner workings and how you work. That is where your authenticity comes in. So you infuse the better, faster, easier with your authenticity, so that your authenticity is showing up better,
I
faster,
love it.
easier.
I love
That's
it.
just
I love
literally
it. Better, faster, easier. I love it. Oh, Folake, you've been an absolute gem. You really have. You know, and your voice is so calming. I keep forgetting I'm live, and I just want to sort of sit down and just, you know, have a natter. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to end this show. So, but thank you. So, you know, you do know I'm bringing you back. You do know. I
yes,
like.
yes,
I
let's
normally.
do it.
Oh, I love this because I
You
normally
know,
put
when you said,
people.
"Are you nervous?" I said,
Yeah,
"I can't be now. We're just gisting."
we're
And you
just,
know, when
and
we
we're
are
just
gisting, we're
gisting.
just gisting.
We're just gisting. I like that. That's a Nigerian word. We're just gisting. We're just nattering. You've been an absolute star, absolute gem. I've absolutely loved having you on the show. Thank you so much. For those of you listening, wherever it is around the world, that you hope this has been fantastic for you as well. Hope you've been able to pick some nuggets. Please look for Folake. Just take her name. Look for her on Instagram. Look for her on TikTok. I'll send links. She's got, if you need to get this boss money, I keep forgetting it.
Formula.
No, boss money formula. It's really good for your ebooks. If you want to launch an ebook, you want to launch a system, a coaching program, a mentor, whatever it is that you need to launch. If you're talking about structure, this is the lady you need to talk to. And I'm not saying that lightly. This is the first time I met her, I'm like, I need someone like her in my life. So thank you so much, for Folake. It's been really,
Thank
really
you
great.
so much for having me. This was super fun. I enjoyed
Mhm.
myself. It was the bestest.
It's moving super fast, you know, quicker, faster, easier, quicker. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to put you in the green room and I'm going to stop this, guys. Thank you so much, wherever you are around the world. This is today's episode 28 of A Cup of Tea with me, Dr. Zee. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to A Cup of Tea with Dr. Zee, your reinvention queen. We hope you've been motivated and inspired to go out there and conquer any obstacles and issues you may face. You can find Dr. Zena on all social platforms. Until next time, remember, you're not alone.